Welcome back to the channel. We are here June 3rd, and this is going to be the breakdown for Draftkings and FanDuel. And I'm going to give you some player props for either site that you choose between FanDuel Sportsbook and DraftKings Sportsbook. But we're going to get first into these picks for tomorrow's one-game slate we got going on. So we have a showdown between the Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks. This is going to be it could be an end-all be-all for the Clippers, but they can force a Game 7. This is a 3-2 series. The question is, can the Mavericks close it out? Can Luka Doncic finish them off? That's going to be a real question right there. Obviously, the value, there's still going to be value, but 7K below is out the window for this one. It's a showdown slate, but I will give you some value picks to choose from. Obviously, if you're looking at the lineup I have currently constructed right now, it is Kawhi Leonard at the king position or at the captain spot. I think he should have a bounce back game. Obviously, a poor performance in the previous game. 42 minutes, 7 to 19 shooting. Only got you 37 DK, but the consistency was there each and every other game. So I definitely want one of the top tier stars in the captain spot between Kawhi and Luka Doncic, or Paul George if you want to choose. Go to him, who might be a little bit lesser owned. You can also do a complete stack with Kawhi, Paul George, and Luka Doncic, but you're really going to have to be fishing for the cheap guys. So obviously, Kawhi, Luka, and Paul George are the obvious guys. Porzingis, I'm staying away from. I'm not playing him. He is very inconsistent. The unicorn hasn't stepped up. He hasn't turned out what they thought he would be. Taking him from the New York Knicks. Obviously, had that scandal too once he left, but I'm staying away from him. Guys that I'm really looking at is going to be Tim Hardaway Jr. on Dallas. Each and every game, if you're just looking at the box scores and watching the game flow, it's either Doncic taking a shot or Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway is actually the number 2 guy on this team. He's getting some open looks at the three-point line as well. Hit or miss sometimes, but at the beginning of the Clipper series, he was hitting at a nice higher clip. Last game, only 30%, but he did take 10 of them, so the opportunities were there. He just had to knock them down. Up and down as well with the fantasy points. A horrible game. Was that game 4, I believe, with the 60K points, bounced back in the next one in game 5 with 35. But in the first one, got you 40 DK. So the upside is there. The shots are there, so I like him as well. BOBAN Marjanovic has been thrusted into the starting lineup for the Dallas Mavericks. I like him at this cheap price. And if he's starting, if this was regular season, everyone smashes Boban if he's starting because he's a point per minute monster. He's a big mismatch because his size is immeasurable, but he can definitely rack up rebounds and points in a hurry. So I'm definitely going to have him in the lineup. That's a lock. Boban's a lock. If he's starting again, which he probably is, especially because Clippers went with a smaller lineup since Serge Ibaka was injured. So they threw out Boban, and he's been producing, man. Been producing. Not much foul trouble. I love him at that price at 2,400. You're getting cute if you put him at the captain spot. That's like really, really risky. He would have to do it. I mean, that's not that risky because he can do a 30 bomb out of nowhere. That you can get experimental, but I think the locked in points, because you really could get creative. You could do Boban at the captain and then have, if there were more stars, then you can just stack the whole util spot with stars. But then it's just a regular 3 because I'm really not looking forward to KP, but you can if you want. So I'm going to stick with Kawhi or Doncic or Paul George at that captain spot. If you want to get creative, fine by you. Tim Hardaway is another good option. Reggie Jackson is what I want to get into next. Another guy that's been very consistent. It was a big, big problem for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley was a huge mismatch going up. They would do little screens and have Patrick Beverley switch on to Doncic, and he's too small. He's way too small. Reggie Jackson is a little bit better of a defender. It was size-wise as well. and he runs the offense a little bit better and can shoot the ball. As you can see, 6 for 12 from 3-point range in the last game, 3 for 8, 4 for 10, and 3 for 8. So he's putting up the points, giving you a little bit of assists and some rebounds. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Reggie Jackson, a little resurgence in his career coming to the LA Clippers, and he's at a nice price at $6,200. He's one of the staples that you should have in your util spots on each and every lineup. And then another guy I want to look at for you is going to be Dwight Powell. So coming off the bench as well, he had a boost in minutes. He had 22 minutes in the previous game, 3 for 3 for field goals. But he brings energy. Got some fouls, got in foul trouble. So you don't know. It could have been a little bit more minutes between him and Boban. Boban's always going to be limited because the mountain of the man he is, but he does produce in those limited amount of minutes. Dwight Powell brings energy. And as you can see, almost got a double-double in 22 minutes. 8 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Very active live body. If you're looking for a punt play, I like Dwight Powell at that price. And then let's go over to FanDuel. Just see the value that we have on the other site. We got Luka at 1,600. We'll just throw him in there just in case. 1,600 compared to what you got him over here, 12.8. But if he's at the captain spot, let's see. If he's at the captain spot, he's 19 to, oh man. So you can get him at a much cheaper price on FanDuel at 16 flat. So it's a better play if you want to put Luka at the 2 times X MVP spot there. Kawhi Leonard is 1,500. Both of these guys are worth at those high prices right there. If I wanted to use Kawhi Leonard in that regular util instead of 17 at the captain, he is, let's see, he's 11.6. So better price on DraftKings right there. Paul George is 14. And then we're going to move down. That's too high price for KP. He's 12.5 compared to 9. No, I'm not paying that. I don't like that price at all for him. Let me adjust his camera a little bit. Reggie Jackson is 11.5, so he's already priced up. So the value is going to be on DraftKings. I can see already. The lesser consistent guys like Reggie Jackson and Tim Hardaway are priced up on FanDuel, but they do give you a little more leeway with the prices. They give you a little bit a better average. So let's just say I wanted to go, we're just going to do 2 out of the main 3. So we're going to take out Paul George. We're going to put in Kawhi. And I wanted the 2 key middle guys right here, Reggie Jackson and Tim Hardaway. That leaves you 1 spot left at 6,500. And you're probably looking at some scraps. Maybe can we get the dudes that I spoke about? No. You're gonna have to get a little bit creative here. Or you could just switch between Kawhi and Luka Doncic pretty much. Because you're not gonna play Boban 7K. You want to at least get to Boban. You at least want to have a minimum of 7,000 salary. Okay. So that switch right there probably could be enough. If I'm going to go back, let's see. So I want to put at the MVP 2 spot, we're going to put Kawhi, and then we're going to go him. It's the same thing. So there's no multiplier. So you're going to have to go a little bit cheaper somewhere. All right, either drop down from Reggie Jackson or drop down from Tim Hardaway. So guys in that middle range right there, just below that 11K, you could be looking at a Rajon Rondo or a Nicholas Batum. Nicholas Batum is another guy I like. Let's just show him real quick. He's been put into the starting lineup as well. They had to go small ball. This is a key component right here. They had to go small since the injury to Serge Ibaka, and then they got Ivica Zubac coming off the bench. So that's another guy to look forward to. So Batum, if you want some consistent play, he gets you a little bit of everything like a Kyle Anderson type. And then if you don't want to go Batum, you can go Ivica Zubac to fill in your lineups. And you can get a nice little 8-man core and then try to run like 30, 40, 50 lineups and just switch them all out. So these are the solid guys here. So you would run Boban, Tim Hardaway, Powell, Zubac, Batum, and then make sure you have 2 of those stars out of the three between Luka, Kawhi, and Paul George and run them through all the way. But let's look over to the player props for tomorrow's games that I'm looking at. And I think I got one real gem at the end. But Paul George has been rebounding very well in the first 5 games. He has a game with 10. He has a game with 9. He's around that range. His games with 7, but he's playing a lot of minutes, 40-plus minutes, and the rebound opportunities are definitely there for him, especially they're going with a smaller lineup, so those guys are going to have to chip in. The second one is going to be Kawhi Leonard to score over 30 points. Obviously, he had a bad performance in the previous game, and that was his only bad performance. Other than that, he's been killing it. So we were just looking at Kawhi Leonard in his game log. He's had the poor performance I said before. Then he had 29 points, which is right there at 30. Then he had a 36 and a 41. So he tends to score over 30 points, and it's a nice flat minus 108. I like that. And then here's the gem, guys. This is the last one. I think this prop is going to be awesome. Give me the Dallas Mavericks first quarter money line. In 4 out of the first 5 games of this series, it's not even the first, it wasn't even in a row, but 4 out of the 5 games that they already played so far in this series, Dallas has won each and every first quarter, besides the blowout, besides that game when they blew them out by 20 points. So the other 4 games, Dallas has won the first quarter. Dallas gets out to a big start. Then Clippers always start out slow. They just, I don't know what it is, but I think we should take advantage of that. The trend is there. Let's go for it. And I think we have a solid day for tomorrow. I got you a core for your lineups. I got you some player props. Let's cash in, guys. Let's cash in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you get some winning lineup or winning player prop from this video, just screenshot it, send it to me on Instagram or Twitter at MessageSD so I can post it and we can go through it. See the wins. See the wins. I'm trying to help everybody out here. Don't forget to subscribe. I want to say that one more time because we're almost at 400. We're getting closer and closer. We're past that 350 mark. I appreciate you guys. Tune in tomorrow. I'll be back with another video, and peace out.